In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys 12 Valk spots you can use to next time you play border. So far we have covered the Clubhouse, Bank and Oregon. So if you guys want to see more Valk spots on the map, let's aim for 10 likes on this video. Without wasting any more time, let's head over to the Armory for the first time. In Armory for the first Valk, what we want to do is head over to Valk. Now from Valk, what we're going to do is look up towards where the fan is, between the fan and the clock right there. What we want to do is chuck the Valk right here in the top left of this wall. The reason we don't want to do it behind the fan, what it does, if I chuck it there, it's going to break. So it's preferably you want it in this corner right here. Now when chucking it and when we look into the cam, because of the fan hiding the cam, if I go towards default plant, I can't see the cam. However, if I look into the cam, I can see the foot, which allows great intel if anyone's trying to plant, and I can see the majority of Armory. So it's also good if you're playing Ven. Alternatively, if you do want internet archive instead of Armory, same thing again. What we can do with our Valk is chuck it just behind the fan right here. Now in doing so, when we look into the cam, we can see the majority of archives. We can see Fountain Door, Armory Door. However, if you look out into the Valk, because of the fan, it's hidden again. Now another cam I can show you guys to get into archives as well as parts of Fountain Door. What we're going to do is try to get on top of this shelf right here. Now in order to do that, what we're going to do is get on top of this table. From there, crouch down and get on top of the TV. If I can do it right. From there, uncrouch and run straight forward. And once again, we're going to crouch down and try to get on top of the shelf right here. Now with our Valk, we're going to do at the end of the green pipe where the blue line is, we're going to chuck the Valk towards it. Right here. Now from there, when we're looking into the cam, not only can we see archives, we can see parts of Fountain and as well as parts of Office. And the reason this cam is useful, if I get down from Armory Door, I can barely notice the cam because of the blue lines. If I get into Fountain, once again I can barely notice the cam. However, if I look into the cam, here I can see myself like very clearly. Now if you want into Office, a cam I can show you guys, although it's not very hidden, is over here right in this corner. Now we're going to do with our Valk, instead of chucking the Valk to the top of the arch right here, what we do is chuck the Valk at the bottom of the arch towards right here. Look at the Valk, and when looking into the Valk, we can see Office as well as parts of 90 if anyone's there. And the reason this cam is useful, if I go into Fountain, since it's not at the top and it's at the bottom, it becomes slightly more hidden. And if you go into 90, although it is very visible, it's better than it being at the top. Now if you guys are looking for intel into metal door as well as metal stairs, another Valk I can show you guys is right here. Now since a border has a lot of lights, what we want to do as Valk is take advantage of it, and with our Valk, what we're going to do is chuck the cam just above the light right here. Now when we go away from the cam, due to the light, we just barely see the visible bits of the Valk. And however, when we look into the cam, we can clearly see metal stairs as well as metal door. Now once again, another example of using the light to your advantage in border can also be seen once again in Armory, where if we just chuck the Valk into the light bulb, it glitches through, becoming the light bulb. And when we look into the cam, we can see the whole of Armory. And when we look away from the cam, because of it going through into the light bulb, it blends in. Now if you want into security cam, I can show you guys is heading over to this corner right here. Now seeing as Valk, we can't chuck the Valk through the metal bars. An alternative to this that I can show you guys is heading down to customs. Now from customs, what we're going to do is go into Ascension, and since I've previously done this before, what we're going to do is make a shotgun hole. And what we're going to do with our Valk, instead of to the left side of the wall, we're going to chuck the Valk to the right side of the wall, where the middle bit is up here. Now looking into the cam, what we can do is see into security, and because of the metal bars, it's covering the Valk, so it's barely noticeable. Now moving on to the first floor, the first Valk I'm going to show you guys is in square. Now from square, we're going to do similar to what we did in Armory and Archives, where I chucked the Valk behind the fan. Same thing again, what we're going to do is head over to this vending machine and chuck the Valk just behind the fan, right here. Now when looking into the Valk, we can clearly see square as well as bomb east where the double door is. And the reason this cam is useful, if I were to go deep into square, I can barely notice the cam due to the fan moving. If I get close up to it, I can see a bit more, but once again, because of the fan rotating, I can barely see the cam. Now when playing ventilation and workshop, a cam I can show you guys if you want to enter into main lobby is right behind this desk right here. Now what we're going to do with our Valk cam is where the small window is in the vent, what we're going to do is chuck the Valk cam to the left side of the wall right here. Crouch down and chuck the Valk cam. And when looking into the Valk cam, we can see workshop door, customs double door, as well as bathroom hallway. But the reason this cam is useful is although from workshop door we can clearly see the Valk cam, if I head over to customs however, because of the vents like covering it up, I can barely notice the cam until I get to this point. Even then, like typically if I were the enemy, I wouldn't be aiming down, I'd be aiming down to the workshop door or bathroom hallway. Now alternatively, if you want to chuck the Valk cam to this side of the small window right here, chuck the Valk cam like this, what we can do with the Valk cam, we can see into parts of passport or mainly passport double door. We can see very clearly now into bathroom as well as bathroom hallway, which gives a decent amount of intel. However, when I go into bathroom door, the cam's very visible. And if I go into passport, although at the start entrance I can barely see the cam, when I get to the double door, it's very noticeable. Now if you guys want to enter into customs, well, parts of customs, I simply get effective cam, which allows you to see into this set of customs where metal stairs is over to this corner. What we're going to do is thrown down here, and with our Valk cam, we're just going to simply just chuck it into this corner right here. Now looking into the Valk cam, you can clearly see into customs all the way down to the bottom of the stairs. Now the reason this cam is useful is when you're playing vent, you can see if anyone's trying to make a play into metal stairs, and because of the coloring towards the corner where the wall is, I can barely notice the Valk cam, and if I go close up to it, it becomes more hidden, and the only way I can see it is when I'm crouched down. Now to conclude today's video, what we're going to do is head over to vent. Now from vent, typically what happens is we take vert control. Now when taking vert control, an enemy can easily get into vent and plant in an area where we don't have control of. Now in order for us to find out where the person is, a good Valk cam I can show you guys is just behind this vent right here. What we'll do with the Valk cam is chuck it towards the wall right here, just between the two pipes here. And when looking into the Valk cam, we can see the majority of vent. And if I go towards the door right here, I can clearly see myself, however I can't see the cam. That is until I get closer, and that's just behind the vent right there, which makes it barely visible and makes it a very effective cam. Now if you guys want to see more videos of this, make sure you comment down below on what map I should do.